Did you know that one ordinary-looking Washington quarter from 1992 with a tiny mint mark P could be worth up to $1.6 million today? That's right, a coin you might have in your old change jar, tucked away in a drawer, or hiding in a piggy bank, could change your life forever. In this video, I'll explain exactly what makes the 1992 P mint mark Washington quarter so valuable, how to identify it, and what you should do if you think you have one. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss this. The Washington Quarter has been around since 1932, designed to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. For decades, quarters have been one of the most commonly used coins in the U.S., and because of that, rare errors and special mintages can become incredibly valuable. In 1992, the U.S. Mint produced quarters at several locations, including Philadelphia, which is where the P mint mark comes from. Normally, these coins are worth just 25 cents. But here's the shocking part. Certain rare variations and error strikes from that year have skyrocketed in value among collectors. So why is one of these 1992 P quarters worth an estimated $1.6 million? It comes down to rarity and condition. A small number of these coins were struck with unusual characteristics. Collectors believe they were mint errors or experimental strikes that slipped into circulation. Double strikes, off-center designs, or planche mistakes. Some 1992 P quarters were struck with proof dies, giving them mirror-like surfaces. Coins graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can sell for astronomical prices. Combine these factors with the demand from serious collectors, and suddenly, what looks like an everyday quarter becomes a seven-figure treasure. Now, here's where you come in. If you have a jar of old coins, it's time to dig through it. Make sure it says 1992. Look closely under the word "In God We Trust" on the front of the coin. If there's a tiny P, that means it was made in Philadelphia. The shinier and more flawless it looks, the better. Even small scratches can reduce value. Errors. Check for off-center strikes, doubled lettering, or unusual coloring. If you think you have something special, don't clean it. Cleaning actually lowers its value. Instead, place it in a soft holder and get it evaluated by a professional grading service. The current record market value for a 1992 P Washington quarter is estimated around $1.6 million for the highest grade specimen. But even coins that aren't perfect can still sell for thousands. Heritage auctions, Stacks Bowers, and great collections. Reputable shops can appraise your coin, though offers may be lower than auction results. Sites like eBay can work, but beware of scams and always use authentication. If you think you've hit the jackpot, always get multiple professional opinions before selling. So, could you be sitting on $1 million quarter without even knowing it? The 1992 P mint mark Washington quarter proves that treasure doesn't always come in gold or silver bars. Sometimes it jingles right in your pocket change. Check your coins, and who knows? The next lucky collector might just be you. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more rare coin tips, and share this with a friend who might have an old coin jar lying around. And remember, one coin can change your life forever. Introduce the coin. Minted in 1987 at Denver, D., with a mintage of over 655 million Wikipedia PCGS. Composition: copper nickel clad, not silver. Coin identifier PCGS. Designed by John Flanagan. Standard Washington quarter design coin identifier PCGS. Minted. In the hundreds of millions, the 1987 D quarter wasn't rare, until collectors got excited about pristine, high-grade examples. Actual value versus fantasy figure. Actual market value in average circulated condition, worth about $0.30 to $0.85, numismatic guarantee company. In mint state, MS, values climb, around $5 APMEX, about 23 APMEX. Auction record around 676, Heritage Auctions, Jan 11, 2015. PCGS coin identifier. Another MS-67 sold for about $406 in 2018. PCGS USD Coinbook lists uncirculated MS Plus value at 721 Plus USA. Coinbook.coinvaluechecker says MS65. 7. MS67 Plus single certified coin valued at 850 CoinValueChecker. Where? Did 1.5 million come from? It's not supported by any data. Likely a myth or exaggeration. The most valuable Washington quarters ever sold are vintage silver issues, 1932D at over $143,000 or other rare early dates, not clad modern quarters coin value checker Wikipedia. For clad quarters like the 1987D, no credible sale has even come close to $1 million, unless you discover a completely undiscovered, truly one-of-a-kind error graded MS70 Plus and authenticated. That 1.5 meter figure is pure fantasy. Coins are graded on a scale from PR or G condition all the way to MS70. Perfect. Even a jump from MS65 to MS67 can multiply value many times over. Coin identifier APMEX. In general, clad Washington quarters graded MS67 or above, especially from the 1980s, can be worth over $1,000 if truly flawless Wikipedia. Errors and varieties, some quarters show minting errors, off-center strikes, doubled dies, clipped planchets, etc. These can be more valuable Wikipedia. However, not all errors are rare or valuable. Novelty doesn't always equal high-price Wikipedia. Some listings on eBay advertise error 1987D quarters at high prices, e.g., $876. But those are often speculative or unverified. eBay only rely on prices confirmed by reputable services, PCGS, NGC, auction records, not random online listings. Look at wear, luster, sharpness. Use a loupe or compare to images online. Compare to grading standards. Use sites like CoinValueChecker, USA Coinbook, or PCGS Coin Facts, CoinValueChecker, Coin Identifier USA, Coinbook +1 APMX, off-center, doubling, planchet errors. Document with close-up photos. Submit to PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading. This can unlock real value. Seek similar coins on Heritage, eBay, with graded examples, auctions, Coin Identifier PCGS. Margaret, 65, found a 1987D quarter while decluttering her purse. Hoping for a jackpot, she compared it online, but it turned out to be common in circulated grade. Still, after careful grading, it sold for $20, more than face value and still a win. The real jackpot? The thrill of discovery. Hope is good, but informed strategy is gold. Most 1987D quarters are worth under $1 unless in high grades. Auction records peak around $650–700 for MS67 examples, 1.5 meres, is a myth. But good coins, especially high-grade or error coins, can fetch real money if validated. Do you have a coin that might be worth something? Share a photo in the comments or your findings after grading. Have you ever checked your pocket change and wondered, could this quarter be worth a fortune? Well, today we're talking about one of the most surprising coins in U.S. history, the 1980 P Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar. Some rare examples have been reported with values reaching over $1.6 million. If you're between 30 and 70 years old, and you've got old jars of coins sitting around, you'll definitely want to watch this video all the way through. Who knows? You could be sitting on a hidden treasure. The Washington Quarter has been in circulation since 1932, honoring America's first president. By 1980, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia struck hundreds of millions of quarters. Now here's the key. 1980 was one of the first years the Philadelphia Mint began adding a P mint mark to coins. That tiny letter P right next to Washington's ponytail is what identifies it as coming from Philadelphia. Most of these coins are common and only worth their face value of 25 cents. But every once in a while, a rare variety or a unique minting error can make one of these coins worth thousands or even millions of dollars. So why are some 1980p Washington quarters valued as high as $1.6 million dollars? Some quarters left the mint with double strikes, off-center strikes, or unusual metal compositions. These mistakes make them extremely valuable. Coins that are uncirculated, meaning they look brand new and have no wear, can sell for incredible amounts at auction. Coin collectors love unique, historic, and hard-to-find pieces. When you have high demand and low supply, the price skyrockets. The specific 1980p quarter that reportedly sold for over $1.6 million was a near-perfect specimen with an extremely rare minting error, making it one of a kind. All right, now, let's talk about how you can check your own coins. Grab a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Look for the P mint mark right next to Washington's hair tie on the front. Check the condition. If your coin is shiny, with no scratches or wear, it may be worth grading. Doubling on the letters or numbers, called a doubled die. Off-center strikes where the design looks shifted. Odd colors or weight, which may suggest a wrong metal plancher. If you find something unusual, don't rush to sell it. Get it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. That's how you'll know the real value. Now, let's be realistic. Not every 1980p quarter is worth millions. In fact, most are still worth just 25 cents. 5 cents to $150 to $500 depending on grade. Thousands, tens of thousands, and in one reported case, over $1.6 million dollars. So, while it's rare, the potential is absolutely real. Don't clean the coin. Cleaning can ruin its value. Get it graded by a reputable service. Check recent auction prices online. Sell through a trusted auction house or coin dealer. Never just at a pawn shop. So there you have it. The story of the 1980p mint. Mark Washington quarter, a coin that in rare cases has sold for millions of dollars. If you're between 30 and 70 and you've got jars of coins lying around, now is the perfect time to go treasure hunting. You might just find a life-changing coin sitting in your change jar. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins hiding in plain sight, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a chance to discover hidden wealth. Have you ever wondered if that loose change in your pocket could actually be worth a fortune? Well, today we're talking about one of the most incredible discoveries in the world of coin collecting. The 1971 Washington quarter with the Denver. The mint mark that has sold for an unbelievable $1.4 million. That's right, a single quarter, just 25 cents face value, turning into life-changing money. If you're between the ages of 30 and 70 and you've held on to coins from the past, this video is especially for you. By the end, you'll know exactly what to look for, why this coin is so valuable, and how you can sell coins like this for top dollar. Let's start with the basics. The Washington quarter has been around since 1932. In 1971, millions of quarters were minted, including those with a small D mint mark placed just to the right of Washington's ponytail. That D stands for the Denver Mint. Most of these coins are only worth face value, 25 cents. You'll find them in circulation, in pocket change, and in coin jars all across America. But in rare cases, due to minting errors or unique conditions, certain coins from this year can skyrocket in value. So why is one 1971 D quarter worth $1.4 million? Sometimes the U.S. Mint accidentally produces coins with mistakes. These could be double strikes, off-center prints, or coins struck on the wrong metal plancher. Errors like these make the coin one of a kind. A coin in pristine, uncirculated condition can sell for thousands. Grading agencies like PCGS or NGC give coins a grade from 1 to 70. A 1971 D quarter in perfect grade can be extremely rare. At the end of the day, a coin is worth what collectors are willing to pay. When wealthy collectors compete at auction, prices can skyrocket into the millions. So the coin that sold for $1.4 million, it had the perfect storm of rarity, condition, and collector demand. Check the date and mint mark. Look for 1971 with a small D on the back. Look for errors. Is the coin double-struck? Off-center? Does it look unusual? Even small differences can be worth big money. Examine the condition. Shiny, uncirculated quarters are worth far more than worn ones. If yours looks like it just came from the bank, that's a great sign. Compare with online listings. Check recent auction prices on Heritage Auctions or eBay to get an idea of value. Now, if you find a 1971 D quarter that you think could be valuable, here's how to sell it for the best price. Get it professionally graded. Send your coin to PCGS or NGC. Their certification can multiply the value of your coin because it gives buyers confidence. Avoid pawn shops. While convenient, pawn shops rarely pay full value. Use major auctions. Places like Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, or Stack's Bowers regularly handle million-dollar coins. Consider online marketplaces. eBay can be useful, but only if your coin is already graded and authenticated. Network with collectors. Local. Coin clubs or coin shows are great places to meet serious buyers. A quick tip. Even if you don't have the million-dollar coin, don't be discouraged. Many other Washington quarters from the 1960s and 1970s can still sell for hundreds or even thousands, especially silver quarters minted before 1965. So keep checking your coin jars, old drawers, and inherited collections. You never know what you might find, so could your spare change be worth a fortune? Absolutely. The 1971 D Washington quarter that sold for $1.4 million proves that everyday coins can hold extraordinary value. If you learned something new today, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with friends and family, especially if they've got old coins lying around. Who knows? They might be sitting on a small treasure. Imagine finding a simple quarter in your pocket change, worth not just 25 cents but $1.7 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, today, we're talking about the 1993 D Mint Mark Washington $quarter coin and why collectors are willing to pay a fortune for it. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover hidden treasures in your pocket change and coin collections. If you're between 30 and 70, chances are you have old coins tucked away in drawers, jars, or inherited collections, and you'll want to stay until the very end, because I'll share how you can check your coins and possibly cash in. The Washington quarter has been around since 1932, created to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. Over the years, the design has changed, but one thing has stayed the same. Collectors love them. By 1993, the U.S. Mint in Denver, represented by the small D Mint mark, produced millions of Washington quarters. Most are worth only face value. But every now and then, a coin comes out with special characteristics, minting errors, unusual strikes, or rare conditions that make them highly valuable. While millions were minted, finding one in flawless, uncirculated condition is extremely rare. Some 1993 D quarters have unique die errors or double strikes, which make them stand out to collectors. As coin collecting grows, especially among serious investors, rare high-grade coins have exploded in value. Now here's the jaw-dropping part. A pristine 1993 D Washington quarter recently sold in the market for $1.7 million. Yes, one. Single quarter. Flip the coin over and check below the eagle's tail on the back. Reverse. If you see a small D mint mark, that means it was struck in Denver. Examine the condition. Coins that are shiny, uncirculated, and free of scratches or wear are worth the most. Look for any unusual markings, doubled lettering, or missed strikes. These are signs of a minting error that can add huge value. If you find a 1993 D quarter that looks like it's in excellent shape, do not spend it. Put it aside. Take your coin to a trusted coin dealer or get it graded by organizations like PCGS or NGC. Rare coins often fetch the highest prices at big auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. Don't rush to sell it online without knowing the true value. Scammers and lowball offers are common. So there you have it. The 1993 D Washington quarter could turn a simple 25 cents into a life-changing $1.7 million. Check your jars, your drawers, even your pocket change. You never know what treasures are waiting. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for more coin treasure stories, and share this with friends and family who might be sitting on hidden gold in their old change. We're talking about the 1995 D Washington quarter. Yes, that one with the tiny D from the Denver Mint. You might have heard rumors that it's worth a staggering $1.6 million. But what's the truth? Stick around. We'll sort fact from fiction and help you figure out the real value of your coin. No verified sale has seen a 1995 D quarter fetch anywhere near $1.6 million. That figure is a myth, probably a sensational title for clicks. So, what's the actual value? Here's what collectors and price guides say. Most circulated 1995 D quarters are worth just 25 to 50 cents. That's about double face value, at best. In uncirculated condition, from MS-63 to MS-65, they typically fetch anywhere from $5 to $40, depending on the grade coin identifier. $2.05, 28 hours, $98. AppMexus, a coin book, estimates that an MS Plus, near perfect uncirculated, 1995 D is around $16 or more. USA Coinbook.ngc price guide places circulated versions around 0.30 to 0.85, Numismatic Guarantee Company. Okay, so unless your coin is uncirculated and razor-sharp MS-67, you're not looking at thousands of dollars. But here's where things get interesting. Error coins. Mistakes at the mint, like off-center strikes, doubled dies, clipped planchets, can bump the value up significantly. Wikipedia.error, type, typical value, range, double die obverse, DDO, $50, 200 off-center strike error, 25s, 200 struck on wrong planche, $500, 1,000. These are realistic figures. Not anywhere near $1.6 million, but still great if you get lucky with a blatant mint error. Likely, sensational clickbait or misinformation. Even the highest graded 1995 D quarter, say MS-67, recent auction records cap out at around $1,293 coin identifier. That's a far cry from $1 million payday. Check the condition. Is it worn or shiny? Does detail show on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers? Look for errors. Is it misaligned, doubled, missing letters, or struck off center? These could be worth more. Get it graded if Special A professional grading service like NGC or PCGS can certify MS-67 and rare error coins. This boosts value and trust. Sell smart, use reputable dealers or auctions, or join coin forums to get multiple offers. Avoid sellers promising unreal amounts. Manage your expectations. Most coins are worth $1 face value to a few dozen dollars, unless it's a rare error or top-grade specimen. In short, your 1995 D quarter is not a $1.6 million coin. Chances are it's worth between a few cents and a few dozen dollars, unless it's a rare error or grade. Still, those hidden mint mistakes, they can turn a common coin into real treasure. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this myth-busting deep dive, hit like, subscribe, and let us know if you have a weird coin you want us to check out next. See you in the next video. Have you ever emptied your change jar and wondered if one of those old quarters could be worth a fortune? Well, today we're talking about the 1979 Washington quarter with the Denver Mint mark. The D you'll see right under the date. Some rare examples have been valued as high as $1.5 million on the collector's market. Yes, you heard that right. A single quarter worth more than most houses. Let's start with a little background. The Washington quarter has been around since 1932, introduced to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. By 1979, the coin had become a staple of everyday American currency. Now, most 1979 quarters you see in circulation are worth just 25 cents. They were minted in the hundreds of millions, so they're common. But what sets certain coins apart, what makes them worth thousands or even millions, are the rare errors, special mint conditions, and unique variations that collectors crave. The D mint mark stands for Denver, one of the primary U.S. mints. The majority of quarters from 1979 D are ordinary, but some have rare minting errors or pristine conditions that make them incredibly valuable. So how does a coin go from a quarter to $1 million treasure? Let's break it down. Mint errors, doubled dies, off-center strikes, or misprints can turn a coin into a collector's dream. Imagine a 1979 D quarter where the design is doubled or slightly misaligned. These are one-of-a-kind, condition and grading a coin's grade. Judged by services like PCGS or NGC, measures how perfect the coin is. A coin in MS68 or MS69 mint state condition is nearly flawless. That's where big money comes in. Collector demand. The coin market thrives on rarity and demand. When two or more wealthy collectors want the same rare error coin, prices can skyrocket into the millions. A normal 1979 D quarter from your pocket change is still worth just 25 cents. A circulated one in very good condition might fetch 50 cents to $1. An uncirculated, pristine example graded MS65 can go for $10 to $50. But here's the kicker: rare error coins, especially those graded at the very top level, have been known to sell for six figures, and in some headline-grabbing cases, up to $1.5 million. So yes, while it's extremely rare, it is possible that one special coin could change your life. Does it have a D below the date? Double images, off-center strikes, or unusual designs? The fewer scratches and wear, the better. If you think your coin is rare, send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. That's the only way to know its real value. So, the next time you're digging through your change jar or looking through Grandpa's old coin collection, keep your eyes peeled. That 1979 D Washington quarter might just be the hidden gem worth a fortune. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting tips, and drop a comment below telling us what coins you found. You never know, we might feature your story in a future video. Did you know a simple 1990 D Washington quarter, the kind you might still find in your change, could be worth up to $1.7 million? Yes, you heard me right. One coin, less than 35 years old, with the Denver mint mark, sold for an astronomical price. And in today's video, we'll break down why this coin is so valuable, what makes it special, and how you can check if you've got one hiding in your old coin jars or collections. First, let's talk about the coin itself. The Washington quarter was introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. By 1990, quarters were mass-produced by the billions. So, what makes one from the Denver Mint, that's the little D on the front, near Washington's ponytail, so special? Well, not all quarters are created equal. While most are only worth 25 cents, rare errors, special conditions, and collector demand can skyrocket the price of certain coins. And that's exactly what happened with the legendary 1990 D quarter. So what's the story behind this quarter worth nearly $2 million? The record-breaking coin was a mint state pristine condition error coin, meaning something unusual happened when it was struck at the Denver Mint in 1990. Experts believe it was one of just a handful that slipped through quality control. Collectors are obsessed with coins like these because they're a mix of rarity, historical accident, and perfection. That particular 1990 D Washington quarter was graded by a professional service as being virtually flawless, making it one of a kind. The result? A jaw-dropping sale price of $1.7 million at auction. Now here's the exciting part. How can you tell if your 1990 D quarter is worth anything? Look for the D mint mark just to the right of Washington's ponytail. That shows it was minted in Denver. Coins in circulated, scratched, or worn condition are usually worth face value. But coins in mint state, sharp details no wear, could be worth hundreds or thousands. Look closely for unusual features. Double strikes, missing letters, off-center images, or unusual metal composition. These are what drive the biggest values. Serious buyers only pay top dollar if your coin is professionally graded and authenticated by companies like PCGS or NGC. Don't clean the coin. Cleaning can destroy its value. Get it appraised by a reputable coin dealer or send it to a grading service. Use major auction houses for rare, high-value coins. Sell on platforms like eBay, but only if you're confident about its authenticity. Attend coin shows and connect with serious collectors. Remember, a verified, graded coin almost always sells for more than one that isn't authenticated. Now, I want to be realistic with you. Not every 1990 D quarter is worth millions. In fact, most are only worth 25 cents. Some in excellent condition might bring in $20 to $200. Only the rarest error coins in pristine condition reach astronomical prices like that $1.7 million record. So the next time you're going through old coins in your drawer or checking your change at the grocery store, keep an eye out. Who knows? You might just have a 1990 D quarter that could change your life. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting tips, and drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin in your pocket change. Hello, and welcome back to the channel. If you've got an old jar of coins lying around the house, or maybe a box of change tucked away in the attic, you might want to grab it right now, because today we're talking about one very special coin. The 1988 D Washington quarter dollar, a coin that is sold for a jaw-dropping $1.6 million in today's market. Yes, you heard that right. One single quarter could make you a millionaire. Not every 1988 D quarter is worth that kind of money. So, in this video, I'll walk you through the history behind the 1988 D quarter, why some of them are so valuable, how you can check if your quarter might be worth a fortune, and finally, where to sell it if you strike gold. The Washington quarter has been a staple in American pockets since 1932, when it was first introduced to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. Fast forward to 1988 and the U.S. Mint in Denver, Colorado. That's what the little D mint mark stands for. Struck millions of these coins. To most people, they were just everyday change, but to collectors, a few of these coins turned out to be absolute treasures. That's the front. You've got George Washington's bust, designed by John Flanagan. On the reverse, the back. You see the American eagle with spread wings. Pretty standard, right? But here's where it gets interesting. What makes the 1988 D quarter rare? Now, why on earth would anyone pay $1.6 million for a coin that millions of people had in their pockets in 1988? Some 1988 D quarters were struck with unusual mistakes, like doubled dies, off-center strikes, or wrong planchets. These errors make them incredibly rare. If a coin has survived over 35 years without scratches, wear, or discoloration, and is graded in high mint state condition, think MS-67 or higher, it can be worth a fortune. Serious collectors will pay big money to own the finest examples of certain coins, especially if they're among the only ones known to exist. So, while a typical 1988 D quarter might only be worth 25 cents, the rare error coins in top condition are what push values into the hundreds, thousands, and in one extreme case, $1.6 million. Part 3, How to Check If Your Coin is Valuable. All right. So here's the part you're probably waiting for. How do you know if you've got the lucky one? Check the mint mark. Look just below the date, 1988. If you see a D, you've got a Denver Mint coin. Examine the coin carefully. Look for unusual details. Is the design doubled? Is the strike off-center? Is the coin thicker, thinner, or different in color? These could signal a rare mint error. Check the condition. Coins that are shiny with no visible wear are worth much more. Get it graded. If you think your coin is special, you'll want to send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll officially grade and authenticate your coin, which is what serious buyers demand. Now, if you discover your coin might be valuable, don't just run to your local bank or coin shop. For rare coins like this, you want to maximize your return. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers often handle million-dollar coin sales. Online platforms like eBay can work too, but only if your coin is authenticated. Local coin dealers are a good start, but make sure you know your coin's value before you sell. The bottom line, always do your homework before parting with a potentially life-changing coin. So remember, while most 1988 D quarters are worth just 25 cents, that tiny chance that one could be worth over $1 million is what makes coin collecting so exciting. Closing. If you've got jars of change lying around, don't overlook them. That ordinary-looking quarter might just be your ticket to an early retirement. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more rare coin updates, and share this with a friend who might have coins stashed away. Did you know that one of the most ordinary-looking U.S. quarters, the 1966 Washington quarter with no mint mark, could be worth an unbelievable $1.7 million in today's coin market? Yes, you heard that right. A coin you might find in your change jar, tucked away in a drawer, or even sitting in a shoebox could be a hidden treasure. Today, we're diving deep into why this coin is so valuable, how to check if you own one, and what steps you should take if you think you've struck gold in your pocket change. The Washington Quarter series began in 1932 to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. By 1965, silver was removed from quarters, and coins were made from a copper-nickel blend. In 1965, 1966, and 1967, the U.S. Mint did not use mint marks at all. Why? Because collectors were hoarding coins, and the Mint wanted to discourage it. That means every quarter from 1966 looks like it has no mint mark. So why is this specific 1966 no mint mark quarter so special? It's because of errors, condition, and rarity that drive the value sky high. The $1 million 1966 quarter isn't just any coin. It usually comes down to three key factors: rare minting mistakes like double dies, off-center strikes, or transitional errors. Some 1966 quarters were accidentally struck on silver planchets instead of copper-nickel. Those mistakes make them incredibly rare. Coin collectors use the Sheldon scale from poor 1 to mint state 70. A 1966 quarter graded MS-68 or higher is extremely scarce. When collectors compete for a flawless coin, the price skyrockets. Wealthy collectors are always chasing the finest known examples. In one case, a high-grade 1966 quarter with extraordinary eye appeal reached a jaw-dropping $1.7 million at auction. So while millions of 1966 quarters exist, only the rarest error or highest-graded examples can reach that record-breaking value. So now, you might be wondering, how do I know if my 1966 quarter is worth millions? Look closely with a magnifying glass. Search for doubled letters, missing details, or unusual thickness. A normal 1966 quarter should weigh 5.67 grams. If it weighs closer to 6.25 grams, it might be a rare silver error. If your coin looks brand new, with sharp details and no scratches, it could be a high-grade example. Organizations like PCGS or NGC certify coins. A certified grade gives buyers confidence and can multiply your coin's value. Okay, let's say you have a 1966 quarter and it looks promising. Where should you sell it? Major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers handle million-dollar coins. Local coin dealers can give appraisals, though they may offer less. Online platforms like eBay can reach millions of buyers, but certification is key to attracting serious offers. Coin shows are great for face-to-face sales and expert opinions. Remember, if you think your coin could be worth thousands or even millions, always get it graded before selling. So there you have it, the story of the 1966 no mint mark Washington quarter that shocked collectors by reaching $1.7 million. While not every quarter in your change will be worth a fortune, it only takes one lucky find to change your life. If you've got old coins sitting around, don't ignore them. They could be worth way more than face value. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting secrets, and share this with a friend who might have hidden treasures at home.